All right. Hey, everybody. Happy November 1st for those of you who celebrate Halloween. It's over. And what is the fall going to bring? What kind of adventures do we have available to us? So, Susanna Mittermaier is going to, and we are going to talk about right voice for you today. So, she's coming on here. I can see the thing going dot, 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 dot. Susanna is like one of my favorite people in the entire world. She is amazing. And I am so excited to talk about right voice with her today. There she is. Hi, Susanna.
Hi, Julia.
Oh, I can hear you perfectly. Yay. How did it get better?
Super. Yay.
So, Susanna, I want to talk to you today about right voice for you. You've been facilitating this class for a while, and I'm going to be facilitating this class as of next year, 2020. And I see you doing so many amazing things with this class and this energy and this invitation. And you're doing a class today. And I just would love to know, like, what you see as the possibility for people with having their voice in the world and right voice for you.
Yeah, so today we had day one of a 3-day Right Voice for You class in Switzerland. And it's so funny
Wow.
because I've been translated the whole day, and it's like this thing where we talk more slowly when you're being translated. So it's so funny to not have translation right now. I'm like, I can just speak fast. That's awesome. So Right Voice for You is an incredible gift because just today at this class, people who join here are people who have, it's like the first ever access consciousness class for some of them. Some of them have done loads of access consciousness classes, and most of them, even if they've done many classes, they still have this thing of, I am not going to show up in the world because either, whatever judgment they have, I'm too much, I am too loud, I'm too weird, I'm too crazy, nobody would like me, everybody would judge me, and they have all kinds of reasons and justifications why they're not supposed to be themselves in the world and why they're not supposed to show up as themselves in the world, which is such a pity because, when you see people who are different, where you go, wow, thank you for being you, because seeing you being different just makes me go, wow, if you can do it, I can do it. Thank you so much. It's the inspiration we are with our weirdness, with our difference. And it's such a gift. So it's like not showing up as you is taking away a big gift from the world. It's a big disservice to the world when you don't show up as you and when you hide. And then we've learned all sorts of things about many different strategies about hiding
I don't
and
know why
and
you're
not
making me
showing up.
cry, but you're making me cry. It's so true, though.
Maybe,
It's huge.
yeah, and also like what a gift you are, because this is not something that, like, who in your past has ever said thank you for being you, thank you for showing up in the world, thank you for being so awesome, thank you for your difference. Like if you had one person in your life that was that for you, you're you're it's a luxury. Like most
Yeah.
people didn't even have one person, maybe their grandma, at times or often, but most people don't even have one person who has been that for them. Maybe it was an animal, a pet, some people have a pet and a
Yeah.
dog that showed you, you're awesome, thank you for being here, and wiggling their tail when you came home. And but two-leggeds, seldom, so this is something we get to discover for ourselves. And today we had so many different topics at the Right Voice for You class. It's been day one, and like everything from looking to find acknowledgement in other people, like
Oh, wow.
like can you please see me, can you please see me? But as we all know, like the acknowledgement that we could give ourselves and just go, wow, hey, what a gift am I that I have never ever acknowledged. So
Yes.
what gift are you, what gift are you all that you've never ever acknowledged?
Wow.
And everything doesn't allow that, let's destroy and uncreate it. Right, wrong,
Yes.
good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So this acknowledgement that we look in other people and we search for it. Please see me. And then like allowing yourself, and it's really an allowance, giving yourself permission to be the greatness you are. And maybe there are people who will not applaud it. So
Right.
what?
Right.
You know?
And actually, most people won't,
Probably.
unfortunately. But yeah, one of the things that has been such a huge gift to me is the realization and the gratitude and being okay with the idea that I'm going to have things that other people are not going to have. And not in a way like, oh, I have this and you don't, or I'm wrong because I have this, or I'm right because I have this. But it's like so many of the things that, those of us who are willing to choose more and have more, it's like we are just going to create something different than what other people have. And for me, the ability to go, okay, I have this and other people don't have this because they didn't choose it. And it's not even really a because, it's just like, okay, this is something that I'm willing to have. And that was
That.
not something, yeah, totally. And like that's like not something normal in this world, because if you have more than others, um most people do it from this place of like, well, I shouldn't, so then I'm going to do this thing of like making it so okay or making me better, not just, okay, I'm willing to have this, and that's it, I'm willing to have it, and there's
And it
nothing
gives you
else
such
to
a
it.
peace. It's like
Such a peace.
the choice of going, you know what? This might not be available to everybody around me, but I don't have to make myself less to make other people feel good. I can just be
Right.
me regardless if other people feel good around me or not. It's
Yeah.
okay that other people are uncomfortable in my presence. I'm not going
Yeah.
to turn myself down to make other people comfortable. I'm going to
Yeah.
make the choice to be me, whether other people are comfortable with me or not. And that choice gives you lots of peace. It's
Yes.
incredible what that creates. Wow.
Yeah. It's literally a different reality, like a different way
Yeah.
of functioning than the way that this reality functions.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
so
it's
different.
allowing you to be the leader you are for your life. You know, making like that's a topic that came up at this day one today of the Right Voice for You class, where people had turned themselves down to be comfortable for other people or to not be intimidating to other people. Because if you're great, you are probably intimidating to some people. If you're happy, you're probably intimidating to other
Very
people,
intimidating.
right? And that's something I did not get for a long time. I had no
Right.
clue that when you're happy and joyful, you're actually intimidating. I did not get that for a long time.
Yes.
And yeah, it's such a power.
It's such a power. It's such a
Mm.
power. Um, I when I was younger, I even like I had shut myself down, and I would be like, I mean, I was happy, but sometimes I would see happy people and I'd be like, ooh. And maybe it's because they weren't being actually happy, and I was aware of that. But there is sort of this sense of people when they see somebody who's really really happy. It's like seeing like a walrus with like butterfly wings doing somersaults in the middle of the jungle, and you're just sort of like, huh? So, and that's what we are as beings. We're like sort of, there's no category for us, there's no place for us, there's nowhere that you fit, and there's nowhere that you belong. And that's actually the greatest piece. Like you were saying, it's the greatest piece, but it's the opposite. It's just totally the opposite of how we were taught to function.
Totally. And it's exactly it's the opposite of what we've been taught to function, because we've been taught to fit in, to be normal, to be average, to be mediocre. And here we go, no, be you, be extraordinary, wild, crazy, amazingly and beyond that you, and be too much, and be willing to intimidate others, be willing to be
Yes.
uncomfortable,
Yes.
and also like be willing to be greater than other people are willing to be. Like, what choices do you have that nobody else has? What
Yes.
choices do you uniquely have that nobody else has? And the willingness and the permission to choose that and be that. Mm,
Totally, totally.
yeah.
One of the awesome conversations in Access is the willingness to be arrogant.
Yeah.
Because we are like, this reality is like arrogant, like, no, 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 no. And when so many people won't be them, they're not even being arrogant, but they're so unwilling to even have the idea that they could be arrogant, they won't even
Mm,
go there. They'll just
yeah.
go, no, I'm not being me. I'm not being anything that has this idea that I could be arrogant. And so it's like, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you be to be the arrogant, I want to say motherfucker?
Yeah.
The arrogant
Motherfuckers.
motherfucker, motherfuckers, motherfuckers, you truly be right and wrong, good and bad, all night, pot of fuck, shorts, boys, and beyond. Because the thing is, when you're willing to go, oh wow, I'm completely different, and I have this, and I have it, and other people don't, but I am willing to have it. That's actually not arrogance. To others, it might seem like arrogance,
Mm,
but it's not. It's just a sense of willingness to have what you have, be what you be, and create what you can create. And
yeah.
and that's called arrogance in this reality.
Yep. And that's like what you described. That's an arrogance beyond this reality, where you're willing to be what you be, know what you know, deliver what you can deliver, have the choices that only you can have.
Right.
And from that arrogance, with that arrogance, and as that arrogance, you can change the world. You can truly change
Yes.
the world.
Yes. So, what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can you be to be the arrogant motherfucker and motherfuckress you truly be for all eternity? Right, wrong, good and bad, all nine, pot and pog, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Oh, do you guys feel your bodies relaxing as we run the clearing? I can perceive everybody's bodies relaxing. Yeah, exactly. So it is just such a there is just such a different space, and what would it take for you to choose, like, to wake up to it, to see that it's a possibility, to be willing to have the courage to be you and to have fun and be happy and not have a problem.
Yeah. And that's the, speaking of being the voice in the world, um, that is something you uniquely are, incredible gift. And people always think that being the voice is talking. Um, Talking is one way of being the voice in the world, but it's like your being speaks. We had a lady up on stage today, at this Right Voice for You class here in Switzerland, and she said, it's not comfortable for me to speak in front of people. So we did this exercise where she was just being on stage, and she said, yeah, but I have nothing to say. I don't, like, I have nothing to deliver. And there was this point of view, I can only receive contribution if I have something to deliver, something worthwhile for people.
Right.
And she realized, wow, okay, so after a while of, an important talking that point of view, I can only receive contribution if I have something to say, if I have something to deliver. She realized, oh, I can just be. I can just be here, be me. And then somebody said, you know what? Yours being, just you being there speaks so much. And the more you open up and the more you acknowledge that you are allowed to receive, and the more you allow yourself to receive from all the participants, the more you speak without words. And that's something where we saw that with other participants who also went up on stage, who were used to delivering speeches, and delivering content and delivering education and information, where the flow was also always from them towards other people, to fill them up, to give, to give, to give, to deliver. They realized, wow, Gesundheit. I have not chosen, I've not chosen to receive, and if I deliver and receive at the same time, my world opens up. Everything just expands, and I get to be in the world as me, whether I have something verbally to say or not, because my being speaks. That was really cool.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's a really, really, really beautiful way of being in the world.
Because stress where we go, oh my God, I have to be entertaining, I have to be funny, I have to say something smart. It's so stressful to worry about all that, and just acknowledging, I don't have to be funny, I don't have to entertain, I don't have to deliver, I can just be, and that is the gift.
Totally. Yeah. I think a lot of people, when they get on stage, just have the point of view, I am innately wrong for just being on stage.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's such a different point of view. That's awesome.
Totally.
So, Susanna, you're doing a class in English. You do some class, you do quite, I mean, how many classes do you do in English? This is a special treat that you're doing this in English.
Yeah, this is a funny thing, because I do a lot of German classes, and I just, like, for next year I've decided I'm gonna do more English speaking classes. So, but this Right Voice for You class we have this weekend in Switzerland, that's obviously in German and in French, but I'm gonna do one Right Voice for You class in English already next week, that you guys can join online. And it's going to be German and English,
Cool.
so translated into English. And I'm really looking forward to this, because they always build on each other, these classes. And this day, we just had day one in Switzerland. And it's been so many topics on just one day, and so much change. And especially after the 7 day where we both were, it's incredible what's possible beyond fight, because that's been a lot of the topic, and we've been taught to fight so much against us, and so much like for problems and against us, which also like limits what you get to express and be and say in the world, and your voice. So that's been a lot of the topic, and so many things in just one day. So I'm super excited what's available next week for the Right Voice for You class. So looking forward. What else is possible?
Me too. I'm really excited for it. So where can people sign up or find more info if they're interested?
We can just post the link under this Facebook Live, and you can join from your home. You can also take a plane to Austria if you like. It's a beautiful area, but it's very easy from home as well.
Yeah, you can sleep in your pajamas. It's going to be like 3 o'clock in the morning for me, so I'm going to be in my pajamas in my bedroom with my computer like this.
So cozy. And if you want to become a Right Voice for You facilitator, if you're already a certified access consciousness facilitator, this class counts as one of the prereqs you require to be a certified Right Voice for You facilitator, because the training is in December in Australia. So and you require to be a CF, and you need 2 3-day Right Voice for You classes. One of them you have to do in person, and one of them you can do online. So is there anything else people require?
No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for
the prereqs.
Yeah, I think that's, for the prereqs, I think that's everything. Yeah. You have to be a CF and you have to do the 2 classes. So, awesome. Well, thank you so much for having this conversation. I love talking to you. It's like all these, when I speak with you, these doors and these possibilities open up and live in the universe and change so much. So thank you so much for this conversation.
Takes one to know one.
Having our voice in the world.
Woohoo!
Yeah, awesome. And for all of those of you listening, Right Voice for You is it's such a cool class and such a different possibility because it's just so different. And it's all of those, for me, it's like those things in me that have been suppressed, pushed down, the things we fight against, like you're saying. It's like the difference when you can let all that out and be that and have no issue what like anybody thinks about that. It's a whole different life. It's a whole different world, whole different possibility for happiness and like success. We're always like, what would it take to have more success or more money? But it's like when you're shutting yourself off and you're pushing yourself down and fighting against yourself in these ways, it's like that makes it kind of hard for those things to come with ease. So,
Yep.
you know,
Exactly. It's like if you have a business and you hide yourself at the same time, your business cannot contribute to you, you know.
nope.
You shut it down. And yeah, these classes are really the access consciousness tools in action. It becomes very clear where you don't choose and where you could choose.
That's awesome. I like that tagline. Yeah. Oh, and Margie put Susanna's link to these
Thank
classes.
you.
Thank you, Margie.
Yay! Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks, Susanna.
Thank you.
And until next time. Bye, guys.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.